Good morning, all. We'll stand up for the prayers, please.
गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णू गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. विघ्नेशानमुनी गुरुसस्मरुनी लक्ष्मीस आवाहिले. आम्ही गुंतवणूकशास्त्र शिकण्या हे सत्र आरंभिले. केव्हा स्थावर आणि जंगम कधी कोठे किती गुंतवू. चर्चा मंथन तज्ञ बोध मिळता हे प्रश्नही सोडवू. ठेवी भाग सुवर्ण पोस्ट अथवा रोखे तसे फंडते. वृद्धी भांडवली मिळो कर नको पर्याय हो कोणते. कोठे उत्तम रोखता सुगमता लाभांश वा व्याजही. कोठे गुंतविणे सुरक्षित असे नोंदीस कैसी वही. सन्मार्गे धनसंपदा मिळविणे अत्यंत आवश्यक. पैसा ध्येय नसे म्हणून जपणे जाणीव सामाजिक. ज्ञानाचा उपयोग गुंतवणुकी साठी सदा होऊ दे. हे सारे समजावया सुमती दे आम्हास तू शारदे.
Good morning. I understand markets are not doing very well, but good morning can be a good start. Markets है ऊपर नीचे तो होएगा. It can't be a one-way ride, right? All of you are veteran investors here who've been investing in market for lots. I can see some people who've been in market since 80s. Correct me if I'm wrong. So then, ठीक है, you have to smile here, whatever it is. पैसा तो बनेगा, end of the day. That is what everyone is here for. Okay, so we have a very interesting session coming up. Everyone talks about क्या है. We have something on future of investments. When I say future, that does not mean कितना return बनने वाला है future में. No. People are more interested in कितना return बनेगा future में. The speaker will tell you. But before that, let me introduce today's esteemed speaker, Mr. Deepak. Has more than about 18-19 years of experience in capital markets. He began his career with Sanlam Investment, where he was handling the offshore fund, India Opportunities Fund. He's delivered 3x returns there. Before joining Shriram, he was with G, where he has developed 10 patents in his own name. Correct me if I'm wrong, sir. And currently, he is the CIO of Shriram Mutual Fund. So definitely, we're going to have an interesting lecture going ahead. Before we start, I request Uday sir to please come and felicitate Mr. Deepak. And also 1 minute, sir. Uday sir, we are indeed lucky because today is his birthday also. So remember, if you're going to get some real good advice, people don't talk or people will never give you crap on at least on the birthday. So before not wasting much time, over to Mr. Deepak.
Thank you, sir. Happy birthday.
Sure.
Yeah, we are back.
सो गुड मॉर्निंग. मेरा आवाज़ आ रहा है या थोड़ा पास में आ जाओ माइक के पास. या इंग्लिश ओके. सो आई एम दीपक, born brought up Bangalorean, so a chemical engineer by qualification. For almost close to 35 to 40 years of my age, I've been only in Bangalore, never gone out of Bangalore. My entire career I was there completely in Bangalore. पक्का Bangalorean हूँ. अभी recently I'm relocating to Mumbai now, moving my family also to Mumbai. So Mumbai will be my new house going ahead next year. So initial 6 years of my career I spent in chemical engineering. Worked in production, sales, marketing, R&D, product development, scale-up, technology transfer, सब किया उधर. Designed one of the most trickiest filters for Vikram Sarabhai Space Center for रॉकेट फॉर क्रायोजेनिक्स, वहाँ से लेके हैंडल्ड फिल्टर्स फॉर एशियन पेंट्स, ऑटोमोटिव कंपनीज, ऑयल एंड गैस, सब इंडस्ट्री देख चुका हूँ मैं. सो इट्स लाइक बीन ए वेंडर फॉर ऑल दोज कंपनीज, especially all the automotive companies, and then afterwards moved into kind of GE, which was only completely into R&D, research and development, जहाँ पे मेरा 10 पेटेंट भी बना on polymers and recycling of polymers. You can Google my name, आपको मेरा नाम के साथ पेटेंट्स भी मिल जाएगा, वो सारे का सारे डिटेल्स भी मिल जाएगा. उसके बाद I moved into financial services. So after doing everything in production, sales, marketing, finance was the only thing which was not I done. So I was something looking at an exciting career. So it so happened by opportunity or by grace, so God's grace, so I landed up in an equity research company for an Australian firm. So Australian company, it was more for doing equity research for metal and mining, oil and gas space. It was more domain oriented at that point of time. So I started from BCom books, understanding what is balance sheet, cash flow, finance, क्या होता है, कब से सीखा मैंने. So I joined this company, so picked up on the finance, became the head of research for them. Within 1 year I became the head of research. Then 2008 global financial crisis, they could not sustain. They sold the company to Sanlam Group South Africa. Sanlam is the largest insurance company. जैसे अपने LIC है, वैसे South Africa में the largest insurance company is Sanlam, South African National Life Insurance and Asset Management. So I joined them as the head of research for them. Basically the team which was there in Bangalore, we were 7-member team. We expanded the team to 21-member analyst team. So we started covering the global markets. So except Russia and Latin America छोड़ के बाकी सब global markets cover किया है. हमने हाल फिलहाल में 9:30 to 3:30 मार्केट्स देखा है इधर. मैंने ऐसे भी बोल सकता हूँ, कभी कभी फ़ोन भी करना पड़ता है स्टॉक एक्सचेंज खोलो भाई करके, ऐसा मार्केट्स भी देखा है. सेंट्रल अफ्रीका में कोट डिवोर करके एक कंट्री है जहाँ पे 4 दिन में या 3 दिन में एक बार स्टॉक एक्सचेंज खुलता है. एंड आई कॉल्ड द कमिश्नर टू आस्क हिम टू ओपन द स्टॉक एक्सचेंज सो दैट वी वांट टू ट्रेड एंड एग्जिट वन ऑफ द स्टॉक्स. वैसा वाला भी मार्केट्स देखा है. वी हैव सीन द मोस्ट लिक्विड मार्केट टू द मोस्ट illiquid market, and we have seen the highest corporate governance market like your Japan, or for that matter your Singapore, to the most corrupt nations like your Sudan or Burkina Faso kind of markets as well, जहाँ पे आपको रिपोर्टिंग एक आता है जो एक्चुअल रियलिटी विल नॉट बी देयर एट ऑल. सो ऐसा वाला मार्केट्स भी देखा है हमने. Though physically we did not go to these regions, it's very dangerous to go there also. So हमने वहाँ जाके देखा नहीं, but at least when we do the research, we kind of get the ground reality क्या हो रहा है करके. So based on that we used to do the research. So worked with 7 fund managers initial part of my career, led the team of 21 analysts as head of research. So is it better now? Yeah. Okay. So led the entire team of 21 analysts supporting 7 fund managers globally, different styles of investment styles with different fund managers. Some was completely some was pure value oriented investors, some are more thematic kind of investors. कुछ लोग ऐसे फंड मैनेजर्स भी थे जहाँ पे like they don't do anything, they just go for 2 months in one country, sit there, understand the industry there and pick 1 or 2 stocks from that. We had one fund manager from South Africa who used to do that. He won 7 times best fund manager award globally by doing that. Cookie Kuman, you can just Google that also. He had won the 7 times best fund manager award. आ रहा है अभी? Yeah. So then it so happened Sanlam, which had acquired all these new companies in 2008 during the global financial crisis, they started selling those companies. So my team also got disintegrated along with those transactions. उसके बाद I was moved to as a fund manager for one of the seed capital which they had started in 2010. So from 2013 onwards I started advising that fund. It was almost $13.2 million, took it up to $42 million, 3 times return in a span of 4.5 years. So my style was GARP at that point of time, growth at a reasonable price. We did a completely bottom-up kind of a strategy with kind of looking at top-down little bit of sectors. So both top-down and bottom-up with GARP kind of a strategy was my style at that point of time. उसके बाद I became the interim CIO for Shriram Life Insurance because Sanlam is one of the largest shareholder in Shriram Group. So I became the interim CIO for Shriram Life Insurance. They offered me the CIO position, but life insurance is more of debt, 95% is debt, only 5% is equity. So me being an equity guy, I wanted to stay back in equity, so it was not very exciting for me. And equity was there only in the large caps, only top 100 companies. You're not going beyond the top 100 companies in insurance companies. So it was not all that exciting for me. So then we acquired Way2Wealth in 2020. So that's where I moved to Way2Wealth, set up the PMS fund there. Then recently, 2022, we got new shareholders on Shriram AMC. That's where I moved to Shriram AMC as the head of equities and heading the entire investment team here in Shriram AMC. So when I joined AMC, so we wanted to do something differently. So that's where we looked at Quantamental. So today it's going to be the future. Today if I talk, most AMCs or most fund managers today rely on quants. Now, what is quants? What are these factors? There's something called factor investments. आपने नाम सुना होगा फैक्टर इन्वेस्टमेंट के बारे में. ये फैक्टर होता क्या है? आप बहुत सारे लोग इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं मार्केट में बहुत सालों से. एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ. अगर कोई सिर्फ कंपनी ए के नाम से जो स्टार्ट होता है कंपनी, सिर्फ उसी में निवेश करते हैं क्या कोई? लाइक अदानी हो, एलेम्बिक हो, अल्केम हो, ओनली कंपनी ए से जो स्टार्ट होता है. If you invest in only those companies and backtest that strategy, it will give you 9% CAGR. It will be very surprising for you guys. कुछ दिमाग ही नहीं डालना है, 9% आज ऐसे ही कमा सकते हैं. Nobody would think of this. That's a factor. You're investing on a particular rule, a methodology use कर रहे हो आप investment के लिए. That is called a factor or a parameter. The parameter can be anything. आप EPS growth के लेके you can only work on EPS growth. You can look at ROE as a parameter. So anything, any parameter that you will call, that's called as a factor in quant terms. So what is Quantamental? It's all about quant and fundamental to put together. So how it's going to be the future of investing? Today थोड़ा बहुत उसके बारे में बात करता हूँ. So the main important is why we work is because we want alpha, we want to beat the benchmark. हम सबको अल्फा चाहिए. जो बेंचमार्क चल रहा है, मान लीजिए निफ्टी 50 has grown by 10% और 12%, हमको उसको ज़्यादा कमाना है हमको. बट यहाँ पे क्या होगा? We put our own thought process. ये स्टॉक चल सकता है, वो स्टॉक चल सकता है. We make mistakes. इसको called subjectivity. You want limited subjectivity with data driven approach. आप डेटा के साथ जो इन्वेस्ट करते हो, that is called quant, with limited amount of subjectivity. उससे पहले what is investment? Invest is nothing but art and science. Pardon?
No commerce, only art and science.
Art and science, no commerce. So let's understand what is the art. आप इन सबको जानते हो. Warren Buffett, everybody recognizes him. What is art of investments? You look at economic mode, you look at long-term business perspective of any company. You understand कोई कंपनी में निवेश करने से पहले उसका benefit क्या है? What is the benefit you are getting? Why you need to invest in that company? You are understanding that. That's where you get with long-term. You look at long-term sustainable business. जो भी business लंबा चलान चाह सकता है, that is what you look at. So you're going to look at sustainable businesses, and they should have a competitive edge. उनके competitor से ज़्यादा they should be able to perform regularly, and should have a very strong management, outstanding management. I put it like that. Now, why that is very critical? Because if they want to stay ahead of the competition, they should know what's the change happening in the globally. Global जो changes हो रहा है. Are they reinvesting in their own business? Are they able to grow better than the competition? Are they kind of generating so much amount of cash from the business? That is the most important part. That is all about the art of it. And is the management focus. आज मैंने प्लास्टिक का बिजनेस स्टार्ट किया, कल मैंने फर्टिलाइज़र का बिजनेस स्टार्ट कर रहा हूँ, दूसरा दिन एक और बिजनेस स्टार्ट कर रहा हूँ. इज़ द मैनेजमेंट काइंड ऑफ वेवरी. यू लुक एट दोस एस्पेक्ट्स. कोई टेक्सटाइल बिजनेस कर रहा है, सडनली ही गोस इनटू FMCG बिजनेस. सो दैट्स kind of wavery. The management is not focused. Is the management focused? That's the most critical aspect. Are they maintaining a financial discipline? Are they able to kind of generate that kind of profits year on year? Cash flow generate कर रहा है कि नहीं कर रहा है? We have to look at that. There might be certain business जो 5 साल कुछ profits नहीं देता है, but उसके बाद लगातार profit देना start करता है. You need to understand those part, because every business has got its own kind of parameters or kind of your own business model basically. We need to understand that very clearly. And is a capital allocation really good? That's the art. Understanding this capital allocation part, that is the most important part. And typically in art of investment, you'll buy at the right valuation and you'll be looking at different cash flow methodologies or the valuation methodology आगे का valuation करके आप निवेश करते हो. So the main bottom line, you need to understand the deep fundamental analysis. इस पे fundamental analysis ज़्यादा होता है art of investment. What are the pros and cons of fundamental analysis? हर एक चीज़ के पीछे there is always positive and negative. You take anything in life, there is always positive and negatives. अगर ग्लास में आधा पानी भरा है, आधा ग्लास भरा है, आधा खाली empty है. So you can look at both the ways. Whether it's completely full, half full or half empty. How do you look at it? It's what matters. The pros are you are looking at the long-term business understanding मिल जाएगा आपको. You are looking at long-term investment focus. You are not focused on short-term trading purpose. You are investing for longer term. You are looking at a value investment approach. You want to buy something cheap today and you are ready to hold for longer term. And you will be making decision based on some information that you are having about the company. जो भी public related information जो मिल रहा है उसके ऊपर आप information decision लेके you are making a decision based on that. What are the negative aspects? It's time consuming. You might miss out lot of opportunities. अगर आप एक company पे research कर रहे हो, by the time you do a research on another company, the other company would have run up by then. You would have missed an opportunity. It's time consuming. You will not be able to focus on all the companies together. There's a lot of subjectivity. ये कंपनी 10% ग्रो कर सकता है या 12% ग्रो कर सकता है या 15%. Nobody knows. कंपनी का मैनेजमेंट खुद को पता नहीं है एग्जैक्टली बोलना है तो. Many of the company management, they themselves don't know what's going to be the future of their own company. We have seen that also. They would have given a guidance of 12%, but they end up giving a return of 6%. And most of the time will become biased. That is emotions. मेरे को ये कंपनी अच्छा लग रहा है, ये कंपनी अच्छा लग रहा है. The moment we tell we like a company, assume your investment is gone for a toss. You are not here to marry the company. आप कंपनी के साथ शादी करके ज़िंदगी नहीं बिताएंगे. You are here to make money. आप सिर्फ पैसा बनाओ, निकल जाओ. That should be the approach. And most of the time will not get the right kind of information to make the right kind of decision. That's the negative aspect of the art. Now let's look at the science. Sir, commerce थोड़ा इसमें cover कर देता हूँ. Do you guys recognize this guy? Jim Simons. Whenever you have time, please Google about him. He is a mathematics professor, retired at the age of 60. उसके बाद he started a company called the Renaissance in US. He hired almost 450 PhDs, mathematical PhDs, mathematics. And successfully delivered 60% CAGR returns. And he passed away in the month of June of 2024. Last 26 years, he has delivered almost 60% CAGR consistently. And he has run only quant strategies. पूरा का पूरा मैथमेटिक्स के ऊपर उसने मार्केट को मास्टर किया. Now what is his style? What is the science of investment? You look at data. It's all about data. जो भी आप मार्केट में देख रहे हो, number of buys, sells, number of orders getting traded, वो सब data है. Everything is data. How many number of buyers are there? How many number of sellers are there? कितना volume turnover हो रहा है? Everything is data, data driven. It's all about factors. You look at technical charts. Technical charts is nothing but data driven. It's all about data there. You look at company fundamentals. Sir, आपका commerce इसमें cover हो जाता है. Company fundamentals इसमें cover आता है. You look at macroeconomy, supply demand, everything. Inflation क्या हो रहा है, interest rate क्या हो रहा है, उसका relation क्या है हर एक stock के साथ. मान लीजिए IT sector has got a negative correlation with interest rate. Interest rate and as well as with inflation. सर जब इंटरेस्ट रेट नीचे आता है तो आईटी सेक्टर भागता है. यू कैन चेक दैट. देयर आर मल्टीपल डेटा ड्रिवन अप्रोचेस यू कैन लुक एट. Just give an example of this guy. They used to look at one of the satellite images in front of Walmart. जैसे अपना यहाँ डीमार्ट स्टोर्स होता है ना, सिमिलरली वॉलमार्ट स्टोर्स होता है यूएस में. उसके सामने जैसे जितना कार्स पार्क हुआ है, ऑन ए डेली बेसिस दे टू काउंट व्हाट काइंड ऑफ कार्स हैव बीन पार्क्ड. सैटेलाइट इमेजेस से, गूगल अर्थ इमेजेस से दे टू लुक एट दैट. बेस्ड ऑन दोस कार पार्किंग they had a long term data correlation. What is the average consumer spending happening in Walmart? उसके ऊपर Walmart का turnover कितना हो सकता है, they used to guess. Based only on the satellite image, they used to guess what should be the kind of turnover of Walmart. Now कौन सा कार आ रहा है? If it's a premium car coming, the margins will be better high. If it's all the low cost cars coming in, the margins will be low. They used to guess that. There's a clear-cut research paper on him actually, how this kind of alternate data they have used. I used to work on an alternate data. We used to look at this temperature in Pacific Ocean in Equator region. When I used to work supporting the Asia Pacific Fund Manager, we used to look at the temperature at the Equator region. NASA gives the temperature on a daily basis. Equator region में temperature क्या हो रहा है करके. अगर वो particular threshold से ज़्यादा हो रहा है, एक पर्टिकुलर टेम्परेचर से अगर बढ़ रहा है, वी कॉल दैट एज एल नीनो. आपने नाम सुना होगा एल नीनो एंड ला नीना. दीज आर ऑल वेदर पैटर्न्स. अगर वो टेम्परेचर इक्वेटर रीजन में बढ़ता है, वी कॉल इट एज एल नीनो. इफ द टेम्परेचर फॉल्स बिलो अ पर्टिकुलर रेंज, इट्स कॉल्ड ला नीना. इट्स एन ऑपोजिट वेदर पैटर्न्स. अगर एल नीनो होता है, जो मछली जो इक्वेटर रीजन में है ना, वो सब साउथ चाइना सी में माइग्रेट हो जाता है. सो वी टू बाई साउथ fishing company in China at that point of time. Based on the temperature reading, we used to buy fishing company South China in China. At the same time, we used to short the palm oil price in Indonesia. Indonesia में palm oil price को short करते थे हम लोग, because the palm oil production will go up, there will be more supply, the prices used to drop. We used to short the palm oil prices. When the temperature reverses, we used to do the opposite. We used to short the fishing company there and go long on the palm oil price. We used to do a pair trade. Very interesting way of looking things. We used to buy iPads in 2009. iPad was a craze for Apple at that point of time. नया iPads जब release किया, तो iPad became a huge hit for Apple. People started buying iPads and that was driving a majority of the sales for them. And we used to buy iPhones for them also. हमने यहाँ पे लाके उसको open करके कौन सा part कौन सा company से manufacture हो रहा है. We used to understand that. Who are be the competitors. We used to look at the displays they used to buy clearly from Samsung. Apple used to buy display from Samsung. There was always a war between Apple and Samsung. Why not Samsung? Why revenue of Samsung is not growing as much as Apple? Why we should bet only on Apple, not on Samsung? We used to do research on that. There's no fundamental there. It's all like you open the product, understand the product itself. That's alternate data. ये सब alternate data के अंदर आता है. There are multiple ways to do research. हम सिर्फ बैलेंस शीट कैश फ्लो देखते हैं, बट वी गो बियॉन्ड दैट. वी हैव डन दैट इन द पास्ट. सो सम ऑफ दिस सिमिलर थिंग्स जिम साइमंस हैज डन. दैट्स द काइंड ऑफ आर्ट, द साइंस ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट्स बेसिकली. यू क्रंच लॉट ऑफ डेटा. इट्स ऑल अबाउट क्वांटिटेटिव एनालिसिस. हम डेटा देख के काम करते हैं. दैट्स क्वांट कंप्लीटली. जो भी डेटा है, इट माइट बी इवन the EPS, market data, price, the way the price is moving in the market, that matters a lot. कैसे move हो रहा है price, it also matters a lot. As usual, quant also has got its own pros and cons. What are the pros? It's completely data driven. You will be disciplined, completely a disciplined approach. अगर data आ रहा है, signal दे रहा है, आप transaction कर रहे हो. अगर signal जा रहा है, you are going out of the transaction. You will maintain a speed and efficiency. You'll be able to cover lot many companies research के तौर पे. अगर डेटा सब कंपनीज का एक ही तरह मिल रहा है आपको, you'll be able to cover many companies on the research on your parameters that you're looking at. You'll become very rule based. It will be के जैसे आप ट्रेडिंग में स्टॉप लॉस डालते हो, that's a rule basically. It's a rule based approach. And it will adapt to the market dynamics. अगर market change हो रहा है, you can make the models in such a way that it will adapt to the market dynamics. The models can learn from the market. You can make that in such a way. What are the negative aspect? अगर आपका डेटा गलत है, वॉट एवर डेटा यू आर लुकिंग एट, इफ इट इज़ रॉन्ग, यू विल मेक ए रॉन्ग डिसीजन. एंड लैक ऑफ क्रिटिकल डेटा, जो डेटा चाहिए वही नहीं मिल रहा है आपको, you will not be able to make any judgment. The models will fail at that point of time. Complexity, it increases with too much of data, becomes too much load of information, and the models can fail at that point of time. Try to keep it as simple as possible. Don't make it complicated at all. अब ज़्यादा डेटा डालोगे, ज़्यादा इंफॉर्मेशन लेगा, वो it will not give you any signal. It will give you conflicting signals. And जब डेटा ज़्यादा हो जाएगा, सो यू नीड मोर ऑफ कंप्यूटिंग पावर. आई शो यू माई क्वांट मॉडल ऑल्सो. जब मैं एक्सेल खोलता हूँ तो खुलता नहीं है. वी मूव टू पाइथन प्लेटफॉर्म बिकॉज एक्सेल का एंड देख लिया हमने, पूरा 10 लाख लाइन का जो एंड है वो भी देख लिया हमने.
What was garbage in, garbage out?
जो गलत डेटा देखोगे, अब गलत इन्फॉर्मेशन बाहर निकलेगा. दैट्स कॉल्ड गार्बेज इन गार्बेज आउट. So the best part is take the best of the both worlds. आप part of investment से भी best ले लीजिए, science का भी best ले लीजिए. You marry both. That's what is quantamental. So it's quantitative plus fundamental coming together as quantamental. Machine and man coming together, that makes the AI. AI is alpha intelligence.
Yeah, I think must be just shaking on it. Just hold it. You can pull it here. Should not be a problem.
Sure. AI is not artificial intelligence, it's alpha intelligence. Now why quantamental? It's going to be a process तौर पे we are going to invest. It's a process oriented philosophy. It's going to be a simplified process. We are going to make the process very simple. Limited subjectivity. There will not be any subjectivity in the decision making basically. Completely data driven decision making होगा. And you can make it efficient, nimble and flexible. अगर आपका market हर एक महीने change हो रहा है, which is right now, which is what is happening. 1 month you are seeing auto stocks running, 1 month defense, 1 month railways. अगला महीने कौन सा सेक्टर भागने वाला किसी को पता नहीं है. So that's what happens. So you can make it efficient, nimble and flexible. And even within this you can identify sustainable trends. I'll give a couple of examples what we have done in that. You can take a comprehensive approach of both science and art together and build a model basically. So how to build a quantamental framework? It has to be a 3-step process. Normally, the first step, look at all the 500 companies or 1000 companies, whatever might be your universe, whatever you're comfortable with. It might be the large caps or mid cap or small cap. जो भी universe है, वो universe ले लीजिए. So I will take an example, Nifty 500 stocks. Nifty का 500 stock लिया मैंने. उसके ऊपर हम quant engine चलाएंगे. ये quant engine क्या होता है? It's all about factors. Factor क्या हो सकता है? जैसे मैंने कंपनी ये नाम बोला, it can be as simple as that. अगर आप EPS देख सकते हो या ROE देख सकते हो, you rank all the companies with highest ROE. जो कंसिस्टेंटली ROE दे रहा है, लास्ट 5 साल से कंसिस्टेंट ROE दे रहा है, वो कंसिस्टेंसी कैसे मेजर करोगे? यू टेक द स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन ऑफ दैट ROE फॉर द लास्ट 5 years. यू लुक एट द स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन. एक्सेल में सिंपल सा फॉर्मूला है, लास्ट 5 साल का ROE डाल दीजिए, स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन करके निकाल दीजिए. यू विल गिव यू द स्टैंडर्ड विच शोज द कंसिस्टेंसी. एक ही रेंज में रहेगा आपका ROE. सो इफ़ यू गेटिंग दोज काइंड ऑफ कंपनीज, दैट्स लाइक क्वालिटी ड्रिवन कंपनी. अगर ROE 15% से ऊपर, वाई थंब रूल ऑफ 15% इन जनरल? बिकॉज आपका रिस्क फ्री रेट 8% होगा, उसके ऊपर आपका GDP ग्रोथ अनदर 7%. योर कंपनी शुड डिलीवर रिटर्न ऑन इक्विटी मोर देन योर रिस्क फ्री रेट प्लस GDP एटलीस्ट, और इन्फ्लेशन लेके चलिए, रिस्क फ्री रेट प्लस इन्फ्लेशन लेके चलिए, उसके ऊपर रिटर्न देना पड़ेगा. Thumb rule you can keep it as 15%. Might be if you want to have a threshold of 20%, you can do that. So you can have n number of factors. I use different set of factors. I'll show you my factors which I generally use. And when once the output comes, उसके ऊपर आप fundamental analysis करो. Whatever might be the output, of all the companies based on the quant model. I use multiple factors, I use 3 factors right now. वो 3 फैक्टर आने के बाद we rank all the companies based on all the 3 factors. उसका जो आउटपुट आएगा, I'll show the model. उसका जो आउटपुट आएगा उसके ऊपर हम फंडामेंटल एनालिसिस करेंगे, whether the company is good, is the management good, is the financials good, valuation ठीक है कि नहीं, technicals ठीक है कि नहीं. When once we are convinced of everything, then only you take it to the portfolio. It might be 30 to 60 stocks. आपको जितना you can have your own customized portfolio of yourself. The main objective here is to beat the benchmark on a consistent way. Now, there was a study done by your S&P Dow Jones. It was a bit dated, 2017 का data है. They looked at different factors for Indian market basically. They looked at value, they looked at momentum, they looked at quality, they looked at low volatility, dividend, and as well as small size, basically size as a factor. Now, what are these factors? Now, what is value as a factor? It is nothing but price to earning and price to book. आप 500 स्टॉक का price to earning, price to book नहीं खोलोगे, जो सस्ता है उसमें निवेश करने वाला. That is value. Momentum क्या होता है? Anybody, any answer? Momentum होता क्या है? सिंपल सी चीज़ है, जो लगातार ऊपर जा रहा है, दैट इज़ मोमेंटम. सिंपल टर्म्स में बोलना है. 12 महीने या 6 महीने में कंसिस्टेंट ऊपर जा रहा है. Even before I go into momentum, I'll ask one simple question. We all do a blood test to monitor our health. So how do you monitor the health of the company? जहाँ पे आप निवेश कर रहे हो, how do you monitor the health of the company? What is the right parameter to check? Pardon? It's growing or not. So growth, how do you tell it's growing or not? Like basically you're looking at your earnings and profits and everything, correct? But that comes only quarterly once. How do you check whether you are able to check it on a daily basis, the company is growing or not? Is it in the right direction or not? How do you check it on a daily basis? Simple tool, just like when we go to the hospital, you see that monitors which shows your SpO2, your pulse oximeter, your BP, everything which shows. The indicator for a company is nothing but the stock price. The stock price is the right indicator. अगर किसी कंपनी में 6 महीने से या 12 महीने कंसिस्टेंट प्राइस बढ़ रहा है, दैट मीन्स देयर समथिंग पॉजिटिव इज हैपनिंग इन द कंपनी. अगर नहीं बढ़ रहा है या घट रहा है, समथिंग नेगेटिव इज हैपनिंग इन द कंपनी. वेरी बेसिक लेमैन वे ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग मार्केट्स. लेट मी नॉट कॉम्प्लिकेट इट विथ एनी रेशियोज, जार्गन्स, एनीथिंग. अगर कंसिस्टेंटली बढ़ रहा है, समथिंग पॉजिटिव इज हैपनिंग. घट रहा है, समथिंग नेगेटिव इज हैपनिंग. लेट्स कीप इट एज सिंपल एज पॉसिबल. जो कंपनी में बढ़ रहा है उसको हम मोमेंटम बोलते हैं. सो हाउ, व्हाट इज द फॉर्मूला ऑफ मोमेंटम? आप 12 महीने का रिटर्न ले लीजिए, आप 6 महीने का रिटर्न ले लीजिए. जिस कंपनी में 6 महीने से ज़्यादा रिटर्न दे रहा है, दैट इज देयर, दोस आर द स्टॉक विच आर इन मोमेंटम. द फॉर्मूला इज 6 months रिटर्न और 12 months रिटर्न. नाउ इफ यू हैव 2 companies, company A and company B. Company A has also delivered 20% return, company B has also delivered 20% return. So कौन सा कंपनी को पिक करोगे आप? मान लीजिए कंपनी ए हैज़ ग्रोन एवरी मंथ 1% 2% करके 20% रिटर्न दिया है फॉर द लास्ट 1 year. कंपनी बी 11 महीने से हो गया, लास्ट महीने 20% रिटर्न दे दिया. कौन सा कंपनी पिक करोगे आप? कंपनी ए. बिकॉज वाई? कंसिस्टेंसी. सेम थिंग in momentum, there's a formula, either it's 12 months return or 6 months return. You divide it by standard deviation of daily returns. जो डेली रिटर्न्स होता है लास्ट 12 months का या 6 months का, उसका स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन निकाल दीजिए. दैट विल रिमूव कंपनी बी जैसा कंपनी को हटा देगा. सो ओनली कंपनी ए विल कम. सो यू टेक 12 months रिटर्न डिवाइड बाय स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन ऑफ 6 months रिटर्न और 12 months रिटर्न, जो भी पीरियड आपको उचित लगे. सो यू माइट लुक एट 1 month मोमेंटम, यू माइट लुक एट 3 months मोमेंटम, यू माइट लुक एट 6 months और 12 months. So that's momentum. Quality में क्या होगा? You look at ROE because you're looking at the management quality. Is the EPS is growing consistently or not? Is the company leverage too much? Debt to equity देखोगे. सर आपका कॉमर्स का हर एक रेशियो क्वालिटी में आ जाता है. Then comes the low volatility. It's not only important the company is growing. जैसे आपने कंपनी B को हटाया, it's also important how fluctuation is happening in the market. जितना फ्लक्चुएट हो रहा है स्टॉक प्राइस वो कंपनी का, दैट्स व्हाट इज कॉल्ड एज लो वोलेटिलिटी. अगर ज़्यादा फ्लक्चुएट हो रहा है इट्स हाईली वोलेटाइल काइंड ऑफ स्टॉक्स. वाई वोलेटिलिटी कम्स इन ए स्टॉक? स्टॉक में वोलेटिलिटी क्यों आता है और इंडेक्स में वोलेटिलिटी क्यों आता है? वाई विक्स गोस अप? किसी इंडेक्स का विक्स क्यों बढ़ता है? Because when the investors are not confident of the positivity happening in the company, they'll be looking at opportunity to sell. मेरा पैसा बन गया, मैं निकल रहा हूँ, मेरे को इस कंपनी में कुछ पॉजिटिव नहीं दिख रहा है आगे जाके, आई एम एग्जिटिंग राइट नाउ. कोई और एंटर करेगा, ही विल वेट फॉर सम टाइम, ही विल ऑल्सो ट्राई टू एग्जिट. पीपल स्टार्ट एग्जिटिंग टू मच, देयर विल बी टू मच बाइंग एंड सेलिंग, सो द स्टॉक प्राइस विल ऑल्सो बी डूइंग लाइक दिस. दैट्स वोलेटिलिटी. It can happen in the index, it can happen in the stocks. If all the stocks in the index becomes volatile, the volatility of the index itself goes up. So you want stocks where low volatility is there. Why low volatility? Is because if the investors are confident of the positive happening in the company, they'll not be ready to sell. अगर आप एक साल का डेटा निकाल के देख लीजिए, जिस कंपनी में बायर्स इज मोर देन द सेलर्स ऑन ए डे टू डे बेसिस, और एन एवरेज द बायर्स विल बी मोर देन द सेलर्स, दे विल बी जनरली लेस वोलेटाइल. इफ सेलर्स आर मोर देन द बायर्स, इफ यू लुक एट द ट्रेडिंग व्यू इन द स्टॉक मार्केट, आपको बायर्स एंड सेलर्स दोनों दिखते हैं, टोटल ऑर्डर क्वान्टिटीज. अगर सेलिंग क्वांटिटी इज मोर देन द बाइंग क्वांटिटी, नॉट नेसेसरी ऑलवेज, बट इफ यू लुक एट 1 year काइंड ऑफ ए डेटा ऑन ए डेली बेसिस, अगर आप उसको स्टडी करोगे और क्यूमुलेटिवली एड इट, the buyers will always be higher than the sellers. That will lead to low volatility. Now low volatility का formula क्या है? Daily returns, एक दिन 0.5% बढ़ा, एक दूसरा दिन 1% घटा, like the third day अगर 3% it has gone up and like that. If it has done in the last 252 days, you take the standard deviation of that 252 days data. That's volatility. You divide 1 divided by the standard deviation is low volatile. You take the inverse of the standard deviation, that's the low volatility basically. Then you look at dividend, कंपनी कितना डिविडेंड्स दे रहा है, जो ज़्यादा डिविडेंड दे रहा है उसको ज़्यादा वेटेज दे रहे हो आप. And then sixth is your size. Normally we always prefer small cap because growth ज़्यादा मिलता है हमको, but the risk is also there. We need to be mindful of the risk when we invest in small caps and mid caps or even micro caps. You should always be mindful of the risk. हाल फिलहाल में लार्ज कैप्स चल ही नहीं रहा है. एवरीबडी आर गोइंग हेडिंग बिहाइंड मिड कैप्स एंड स्मॉल कैप्स. सो व्हाट आई जनरली फॉलो इज 3 factors: मोमेंटम, लो वोलेटिलिटी एंड वैल्यूएशन. आई यूज 12 months and 6 months रिटर्न आई डिवाइडेड बाय द स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन. रिस्क एडजस्टेड रिटर्न्स बोलते हैं हम. रिस्क एडजस्टेड रिटर्न क्या होता है? आई डिवाइडेड बाय द स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन ऑफ डेली रिटर्न्स फॉर द 12 months and 6 months. And low volatility is 1 divided by standard deviation of 12 months. वैल्यूएशन में प्राइस टू अर्निंग, प्राइस टू बुक देखता हूँ, एंड उसके ऊपर जो क्वांट मॉडल का आउटपुट आता है विल सब्जेक्ट टू द फंडामेंटल्स. फंडामेंटल में वी लुक एट whether the growth rates are intact, whether the margins of the company are intact, whether the ROE is growing on a sustainable basis, or is the ROE sustainable for the company. We look at what is the competitors doing in that company. Is the competition good enough? Is the company balance sheet leverage too much? Balance sheet में ज़्यादा debt दिख रहा है आपको, वो देखते हैं हम लोग. And we look at also technical charts as well. I'll just take you to the model directly. This is my factor model basically. I built the entire model in Python platform. I've just taken an Excel dump here. मैंने सिर्फ Excel dump लिया है. So for example, we look at momentum, low volatility and valuation. Momentum को हमने 35% weightage दिया, low volatility को 45 and 20% to valuation. If somebody wants high return, you can give more weightage to momentum. If you want a moderated return which is less riskier, you can have a lower momentum score and balance it out with low volatility and valuation. अगर आपको सिर्फ सस्ता वाला स्टॉक्स चाहिए, you can go only with value, you can reduce the momentum and low volatility. This model is all about price action. As I said, price is the indicator of the health of the company. This model is all about the health of the company. This reflects the health of the company indirectly, not directly. I look at these parameters. Momentum is 12 months return divided by standard deviation of last 12 months ka daily trading data. Low volatility is 1 divided by standard deviation of last 12 months ka daily trading data. And valuation is price to earning and price to book. 500 कंपनीज का मैंने मोमेंटम स्कोर कैलकुलेट करता हूँ, लो वोलेटिलिटी एंड वैल्यूएशन स्कोर्स कैलकुलेट करता हूँ. फॉर एग्जांपल आई कैलकुलेट द मोमेंटम ऑफ स्टॉक ए, स्टॉक बी, स्टॉक सी, लाइक दैट, मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 35% ऑफ मोमेंटम. सिमिलरली लो वोलेटिलिटी स्कोर को 45% से मल्टीप्लाई कर रहा हूँ एंड वैल्यूएशन को 20% से वैल्यूएशन मल्टीप्लाई कर रहा हूँ. When I add up, I get the composite score of the company. For example, यहाँ पे मैं composite score दिखा रहा हूँ, LVMZ बोलता हूँ. There's a white paper in NSE website, National Stock Exchange का अगर आप वेबसाइट में जाओगे, factor models के ऊपर एक white paper है. All the formulas is given there. There are multiple indices: alpha, quality, low volatility, momentum, low volatility. There are multiple indices in NSE sites. They got a white paper how this factor models work. वहाँ पे indices भी बनाया उन्होंने. 6 महीने में एक बार rebalance करते हैं. They rebalance it once in 6 months. But I do a rebalancing on every month. I do a monthly rebalancing. So all the formulas are there. You can refer to that. That's the easiest rule book for you to start off with. So when we get the composite score, we arrange it in the descending order. सारे 500 कंपनीज को हम descending order में arrange करते हैं. तो यहाँ पे ये मेरा एक you can pick the top 25 large cap stocks. If at all you want to build a portfolio of large, mid and small, you can pick the 25 large cap stocks, 20 mid cap and 20 small cap stocks. You can change the number of stocks that you want to have, and you can change the allocation to the large mid. आपका अगर 1 लाख रुपए इन्वेस्ट करना चाहते हो तो उसको यू कैन डिवाइड, कितना लार्ज कैप में डालना है, मिड कैप में डालना है, कितना परसेंटेज, यू कैन डिफाइन द परसेंटेज. बेस्ड ऑन द स्कोर्स you take the top 25 large cap names, then comes the 20 mid cap name. उसके नीचे mid cap का नाम आएगा 20, उसके नीचे small cap का 20 नाम आएगा along with the scores. Now किस stock को कितना weightage देना है? How do you give weightage to the stock? Now I've got Bajaj Auto with 9.57 as the score. I take this 9.57 divided by total of the large caps. जितना भी large cap companies ले रहा हूँ उसका total divide कर रहा हूँ. टोटल कर रहा हूँ स्कोर्स का 9.57 I divide by the total. That is the weightage I give it to the Bajaj Auto. Similarly for Sun Pharma I take 8.08 divided by the total of the large caps. So that's how my allocation comes for each and every company. Now there are multiple benefits. There are also positives and negatives of this. Now what are the positives? I backtested this from 2005. I have data from 2005 till now. Every month we have the backtest data. हर एक महीने का from 2005 onwards we have the data. So Excel is not actually sufficient. I can't put the formulas here. If I put the formulas, Excel will hang. इसलिए मैंने Python में चला गया. 2005 से क्यों देखा मैंने? Because multiple cycles देखा हमने मार्केट में. We had bull market in 2007, crash in 2008, 9 में recovery हुआ, 10, 11 and 12 was almost a flattish market, 13 में crash देखा हमने. For example, 13 was a taper tantrum, 14, 15 was again a flattish market, 16 was the eventful year, जो 2024 में हो रहा है, that is happened in 2016 if you go back and check. We had Brexit, we had GST, we had demonetization, we had Trump coming back to power. Multiple events happened in the market at that point of time. 2024, if you look, multiple events are happening. We had elections, we had US elections, we had Bank of Japan event, we had US Fed cut decision, we had our own budget. Budget every year will be there. If you disclose, if you ignore the budget, we had US election also. Multiple events 2024. It's again a mirror of 2016. 2017 was the peak of mid cap and small cap. 18 and 19 was a clear washout of mid and small. So if you go by the same rule, if the history repeats, next year can be the peak of mid and small also. You might see a correction after that if the government spending doesn't catch up and macro factors change. You might see the correction in mid and small also happening. जो valuation correction हो सकता है mid and small में. Then COVID हो गया. COVID के बाद we have seen one way kind of a market. For all the cycles we have tested the model. So it's going to be a disciplined approach. So we calculate the momentum last, for example, राजेश एक्सपोर्ट्स या HCC कंपनी ले लीजिए, उसका 12 महीने का रिटर्न निकाल दीजिए. लास्ट 12 मंथ्स फ्रॉम 2005 से उसका 12 मंथ्स का रिटर्न क्या आया था वो निकाल दीजिए. लास्ट 1 ईयर में वहाँ से पिछले का एक साल में डेली रिटर्न्स का स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन निकाल दीजिए. दैट इज़ योर मोमेंटम स्कोर मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 35 एंड यू टेक दैट 1 डिवाइड बाय स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन, दैट इज़ योर लोअर 30 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 45% एंड प्राइस टू अर्निंग एंड प्राइस टू बुक, यू गेट द PE ऑफ HCC and you compare with all the other PEs multiplied by 20%. You calculate the Z score. There is a formula for Z score calculation दिया है. Z score क्या होता है? Basically it's a bell curve. अगर statistics में bell curve देखते हैं, the बीच वाला जो period है that gives you the maximum output. You want to be the maximum output of the bell curve. You don't want to be at the tails where standard deviation is very high. So there is a formula for Z score. We apply the Z score for analyzing the universe. वो Z score में we calculate the center part which is closer to the average or closer to the median part of it. The one with the maximum output. वो करने के बाद you will be able to rank it. So we get the scores for each and every company. Scores आने के बाद based on the scores we calculate the weightages. And जो weightage आएगा, for example 31st January 2005 का जो portfolio आया है, उसका परफॉर्मेंस हम फरवरी में चेक करेंगे. अगर मान लीजिए मैंने आज एक पोर्टफोलियो डेवलप किया मॉडल के हिसाब से, अगले 1 महीने क्या रिटर्न देगा या अगला 6 महीने क्या रिटर्न देगा, आई वांटेड टू बैक टेस्ट दैट. वही को बैक टेस्ट किया. दिस एंटायर मॉडल इज बैक टेस्टेड बेस्ड ऑन दैट. सो फॉर द लार्ज कैप फॉर द रिटर्न्स वी कैलकुलेट. देन उसके बाद मिड कैप का रिटर्न आएगा आपको. स्मॉल कैप पोर्टफोलियो में स्मॉल कैप का रिटर्न कितना आ रहा है. You can customize it only for the large caps या mid cap and small cap depending on your requirements. थोड़ा बहुत मेहनत करना पड़ेगा because lot of data, you need to crunch lot of data, but data is readily available. It's only available on NSE site. Bao copy में मिलता है. I've just taken an example only from Bao copy. Historical Bao copy से पूरा का पूरा आप ये मॉडल डेवलप कर सकते हो. You don't have to go out. Only within Bao copy you can build the entire thing. और उसके बाद मंथ टू मंथ का रिटर्न आप कंप्यूट कर सकते हो.
Make it bold and slightly larger. Bold number 125, make it bold.
मंथ ऑन मंथ यू कैन कंप्यूट द रिटर्न. मान लीजिए अगर आप 2005 में 1 लाख रुपए डाल दे हो तो ये पोर्टफोलियो में, एंड ऑल्सो बेंचमार्क में 1 लाख, portfolio would have delivered 1,37 lakhs, whereas the benchmark has grown by 13 lakhs. So that's the advantage of compounding. This model gives you compounding returns for the longer run. Just with Bao copy data. Just need to be disciplined, that's all. और कुछ नहीं. एक disciplined process में जाएंगे आप, can make wonderful returns. And you can check the number of months of alpha. There's a particular pattern. Few months you'll have outperformance, few months you'll have underperformance also. Portfolio आपको few months outperform करेगा benchmark, few months underperform करेगा. So उसी को हम यहाँ पे कैप्चर किया. 143 months of outperformance and 80 months of underperformance. So 64% is the hit rate. अगर आप global average देखोगे जो भी factor model से, any factor आप देख लीजिए, 60% is the global average. Ranges from 57% to 61%. Any factor, multiple factor ले लीजिए या single factor ले लीजिए, whatever you want to do the multiple permutation combination, it will be 60% is the hit rate. Why is only 60%? Why it cannot grow more than that? You can increase it, but you'll have to compromise on your returns. अगर आपको alpha चाहिए या returns चाहिए, you need to look at that. we worked on this, looking at returns and as well as alpha. 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. You look at the returns in the longer term and as well as in the shorter term. दोनों को कंपेयर करना है आपको. शॉर्टर टर्म में भी रिटर्न चाहिए, लॉन्गर टर्म में भी रिटर्न चाहिए. अगर आप सिर्फ रिटर्न में फोकस करोगे, योर अल्फा माइट बी नेगेटिव. You might take concentrated portfolio also. But in certain pockets of the time, markets जब correct होता है, you'll also underperform so much drastically. अगर आप momentum को ज़्यादा बढ़ा देंगे, you might get return on the longer run, but you'll also have sharp drawdown. Momentum is a double-edged sword. तेजी में जब जाएगा, momentum will give you very good returns. जब market गिरेगा, you will kill the investor also. It's such a dangerous tool. Momentum is a double-edged sword. Low volatility is a beautiful factor, but normally it gives you a very moderate return. It won't give you very high flying return, sustainable return on a stable basis. It's a beautiful factor to work with. So if you look at my strategy, I have given more weightage to low volatility. 45% low volatility को दिया because I need sustainable return in the longer run.
Can you give an example of low volatility?
Yes. And also valuation 20% because at some point of time जब momentum भाग रहा है, you need to have a threshold to bring down the stock as well because you don't want something which is too much expensive also. ये इन्फोसिस का प्राइस चार्ट है. जस्ट टेकिंग एग्जाम्पल, दिस इन्फोसिस प्राइस चार्ट. आपको ये पसंद आ रहा है चार्ट? चार्ट पसंद आ रहा है आपको? वाई? ऊपर नीचे बहुत कर रहा है, करेक्ट? बस ऊपर जा रहा है ना, लॉन्ग टर्म में ऊपर जा रहा है, वो ऊपर नीचे बहुत कर रहा है. Is it better?
Infosys, right?
This is for Infosys. This is Infosys. This is one day chart, daily basis का chart है.
This is one day chart, right?
Yes, yes. I'll remove the EMS. So अगर आपको confusion हो रहा है, so let me remove the EMS. I'll give one more example. Which was better? Bajaj Auto looks better, right? एक डायरेक्शन में जा रहा है. This is low volatile with momentum. जो मैं बोल रहा था momentum with low volatility, this is a combination of that. यहाँ पे क्या हो गया? It has lost the momentum. So that's why you need to have a valuation as a parameter also. आपको लगातार एक couple of examples दिखाता हूँ.
Which was HDFC Bank?
हाँ? जो भी है, whatever it is, it's not in our control. We are here only to make money, that's all. I'll take couple of examples. आप लोग समझते हैं you can't time the entry and exit of stocks, correct? बहुत सारे लोग वो समझते. But at least 60% of the time, can you at least time the entry and exit? 60 to 70% of the time. क्लासिक एग्जाम्पल, बहुत सारे लोग आईटीसी को बहुत पसंद करते हैं, करेक्ट? करते थे, वेरी गुड. ये मॉडल में ITC came in April 22.
So one day again, ITC?
One day chart. Let's assume April end में आ गए, मान लीजिए April. Price was 239. 239 rupees was the price, April 2022, end of April. Okay, let me just go back to the model. The next month, weightage went up for ITC because my weightage, if I go from bottom of the ranking, अगर यहाँ पे हूँ मेरा ranking, उसका weightage है 2% approximately. And if you go up in a second rank or the first rank, the weightage will be 4%, approximately 4 to 5% हो सकता है. अप्रैल में नीचे था, it was around 1.8%. May में it is almost second rank and it is there on the top ranking stock. From there onwards till July 2023, it was there on the top. So we entered here 239 rupees. This July 23, यहाँ पे पीक हो. उसके बाद क्या हो गया? The peak was how much? 474. We booked profits at 468. We started booking profit from 468 rupees. नीचे आना लग गया. The model will bring down the weightages. When the ranking drops, the model में weightage automatically नीचे आ रहा है. You're booking profits in the counter. Eventually, the stock is out in the month of December. Now, बहुत सारे लोग ITC को लॉन्ग टर्म में पकड़ के बैठते हैं, बाय एंड होल्ड स्ट्रैटेजी. If I tell if you are buying ITC, you are not allocating your capital very optimally. Not very optimally. Might be a very good stock. The only reason when ITC comes is when the market falls. 2018. 2018 में आया था. जब भी मार्केट करेक्ट होता है ITC भागता है. सिंपल सी लॉजिक है. अगर ITC भागना चालू हुआ है तो मार्केट करेक्शन, डीप करेक्शन में है. आप इसे समझ लीजिए. उससे पहले 2013 फिर से मार्केट करेक्ट हुआ था. 2013, 11 and 12 में for a fundamental reason ITC came. 11 and 12 में because FMCG business थोड़ा they focused on FMCG business diversifying from the tobacco. Prior to that 2008 fall. जब भी ITC बढ़ता है तो you can assume the market is in deep correction. Again, you will not see ITC before that. Bajaj Auto, another example. Bajaj Auto came in at 2023, September 23. 4,500 levels, September. From then onwards, they're consistently in the portfolio. Top में आ गया Bajaj Auto. This is as on 26 September. ये जो मॉडल जो दिखा रहा हूँ आपको, ये 26 September का मॉडल. Right now, the Bajaj Auto ranking has gone down to 12th position. So from there onwards, you book profits in Bajaj Auto.
In the chart, you can see trend at number 3.
Trent. I'll show the Trent example also. So from 4,500 made a peak of 12,000, almost 2.5 times return in 1 year. Then वहाँ से you're booking profits consistently. October 23 we got Trent. It was 2,200 levels. वहाँ से 8,000. यहाँ पे जुलाई में 8,000 बन गया उसका पीक. From July onwards, you are booking profits in Trent. आप निकाल नहीं रहे हो पोर्टफोलियो से, बट यू आर बुकिंग प्रॉफिट्स. उसके बावजूद भी ऊपर जा रहा है. इट इज स्लोली कमिंग डाउन. इट स्टिल कंटिन्यूसली गो अप. इट्स कंसिस्टेंट. जुलाई से आप प्रॉफिट बुक कर रहे हो. यहाँ से प्रॉफिट बुक करना स्टार्ट किया. फ्रॉम 2000 से इट इज़ ऑलरेडी गॉन अप टू 5,000 लेवल्स. वहाँ से आप प्रॉफिट बुक करना स्टार्ट किया. बट इवन इट मेड अ हाई ऑफ 8,000. इट्स स्टिल देयर इन द 11th पोजिशन above Bajaj Auto. You're eventually booking profits. A disciplined approach will make beautiful returns in this model. एक और important चीज़ है मॉडल में, अगर आप देखोगे तो it identifies stocks from particular sector. आप कौन सा सेक्टर में निवेश करना ये क्लियरली बता देता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल ऑटो. As of September, it was still Auto, Hero MotoCorp, Bosch, TVS Motor. Then we had Mahindra and Mahindra. Similarly, mid cap पे we had Motherson, Uno Minda, ऐसा नाम्स भी आ रहे थे. So, healthcare, Sun Pharma. Then look at your Lupin. Then comes your again Alchem. बीच में Glenmark. Then we have Alkem के बाद Aro Pharma, Apollo Hospitals. मिड कैप में भी वही है. Fortis, Ajanta Pharma, Suven Pharma. It identifies particular sector. The top 5 trending sectors right now. Healthcare is number 1. Consumer services, consumer durables, FMCG. Auto is in the 5th. 6th में IT आ रहा है अभी. So based on this model itself, we are coming out with a new product itself actually. So as an EMC, we are coming out with a new product based on this. Any questions, sir? I hope it was something useful for everybody. So, sir.
How person dependent this analysis is? How person independent?
So once this quant model comes, when the output comes, our job will be to understand these companies. जो suggest करता है, उसके ऊपर you need to put your thought process. Is Bajaj Auto good? Sometimes even an operator-driven stock will also get captured. Now, how do you identify those stocks? Is there any news? You need to talk to the brokers. You need to talk to the management of the companies. You can go and reach out to the investor relationship of companies. You can ask them. That's where you need to understand the financials, balance sheet. You need do your own fundamental homework after this quant output is coming. So हम लोग क्या करते हैं, quant एक चलाते हैं, जो output आएगा उसके ऊपर हम fundamental analysis करते हैं. We understand each and every stock which is coming in the quant model. Is it correct or not? वो चलता है कि नहीं चलता है आगे जाके. उसके ऊपर analysis करके, not necessary you want to buy every stock in that. You can be selective.
Repeat my question. If you do the analysis and if your colleague Chetan does a similar analysis, will you come up with the same output?
May or may not be. Normally what will happen is, when you want to build something, you look at quality. What comes to the quality first thing in mind when you look at quality? If you look at the quality of the company, I showed 2 examples. Infosys, it's a quality name. You look at HDFC Bank, it's a quality name. What we'll do? We'll get bias. अरे यार HDFC बैंक है, quality है, growth कर रहा है, consistently grow कर रहा है. You will go and look at the balance sheet and cash flows. You look at consistently grow हो रहा है, उसका EPS consistently grow हो रहा है. But stock move नहीं हो रहा है. You'll be failing to understand why the stock is not moving, why the quality, despite quality, the stock is not moving. That's where the gap will come for most guys who do a fundamental analysis. Capital allocation matters a lot of the company. And size of the company also matters. How big the size? Can they grow at this level consistently? That becomes the question mark. One can do, maybe you can pick couple of stocks from this fundamentally also outside the quant model. But what this helps me, instead of going through all the 500 companies, quickly I can just run a quant model and get the output into 30-40 stocks. You will be higher of the curve. Basically, you can do it in a quicker process and you can make it as a disciplined approach. Now, if you look at one by one company and make a call, by the time you complete the 500th company, the 499 companies would have run up by the time you make the decision. This will help you to quicken the decision process and a disciplined way of doing decision making. That's the only difference. You're bringing in a different discipline and a process into your system. Based on that, you can put a fundamental analysis. That's quantamental.
So can you just tell how in the last 1 year, how many sectors have run out? How do you...
Sir, before that.
Yes, sir, thanks for sharing the information. Right, this is very informative. So, does this analysis reflect in your mutual fund or like how does it work?
Yes, part of it. That's our investment framework.
Okay.
And we follow almost 80% of the model, and then 20% we have our own calls over and above the model also. We look at volatility of the market, some hedging we'll have to do, all those things we take cash calls. All those calls comes over and above the model also. Model will not understand there's a war going on in Israel. It doesn't understand there's a war going on between Russia and Ukraine. There's a stimulus launched by China. Models don't understand that. They won't reflect. You will have to put your thought process behind those things.
See, mutual fund doesn't have a capital gain tax implication. We as individual investors, we have that. How much difference it makes because of turnover of the portfolio?
Portfolio turnover will be high with any quant models. But what you can do is, you can identify those long trending portfolios. At least if you're holding Bajaj Auto, it's there for 1 year kind of a thing. You will have to identify those kind of stocks, where you have to do your own fundamental analysis along with the quant and then identify those stocks which are going to be there for longer term.
Sorry.
When you look at mutual fund comes under a trust. Yes. And when it comes under a trust, there is no capital. So whatever we do a buying and selling of the stock, as investor, you don't have to pay any capital long term or short term on it. So for example, as a mutual fund, when you invest into any mutual fund, you don't have to, whenever there's a stock in and out of the portfolio, you don't have to pay any short-term or long-term capital gains tax. But at the same time,
Portfolio, we are already,
yeah,
when we follow this.
correct. And if you have individual stocks, and when you have individual stocks and you buy and sell, that's where you have to pay a long-term and short-term. So if you look at the impact is exactly 12.5% or 20%, depending on the long-term or short-term respectively. Yeah, thank you.
In a multi-cap or flexi-cap fund, there are a lot of sectors are there. And in a particular sector in this model, now let's say there are 4 or 5 or 6 companies are there which you are analyzing. What is your cutoff to put from the top? Let's say there are 13 cement companies, for example. Out of that, 2 or 3 are doing better and others are not doing bad, but they are not as per the top. So what is your criteria in selecting out of that?
So what we generally do is, right now what we are following is a model completely. 80% model and 20% we put our own fundamental thought process, selecting some selected stocks from that. There's no putting a cutoff on particular number of count of stocks from any particular sectors in this. So there's no hard and fast rule. That is one of the approach. The newer fund that we want to launch, there we have done this kind of a strategy, different approach, where we pick the sectors first. Now what we have done is we have created the indices of all the 19 sectors. There are amphi-defined 22 sectors are there. What we have done is we built index for all the 22 sectors. By sector का हमने index build किया. वो sectors के ऊपर हमने quant model चलाया. So we know the sector ranking. That's a top-down and bottom-up approach. कौन सा sector trending में आ रहा है? If you look at the top 5 sectors right now, it's again your healthcare, your consumer durables, consumer services, FMCG, and auto. Auto is going out and IT is trying to make an inroads into top 5. So हम 5 sector पकड़ के जाएंगे मान लीजिए. If you just try to hold only the 5 sectors and invest in the last 10 years data अगर आप देखोगे, if you are buying only the top 5 performing sectors, you'll be making double of NSE 500 kind of a return. Only those 5 sectors will give you double of NSE 500 kind of return. There's a research data that we have. So I can just show that actually. So but it's part of a product presentation. I don't want to bring it to the IAP kind of a thing. So the research shows that if you invest only in 5 sectors, you'll make beautiful returns. Even within that, don't put allocation between large, mid and small. Run the model as it is without any capping on the large, mid and small. The moment you cap it, you are restricting on the opportunity. But there's risk. You need to understand the risk behind those stocks. And if you want to understand, you have to do a bit more research on those particular stocks and then pick the stocks into the portfolio.
Yeah. Hello.
Just to add to Deepak, so if you look at the last 1 year, why this kind of an approach is important? I mean, of course, every investment philosophy is a good philosophy, and everyone has expertise in their particular investment philosophy. Growth is a good philosophy, value is a good philosophy, quant is a good philosophy. But what we are trying to do is, the market cycles in the industry is becoming very, very short. So if you look at the last 1 year, you have auto, then you had power, then you had defense, then you had railways, then you had infra, then you had so every time in the last 1 year, 6 sectors have moved one after the other. How do you catch the 6 sectors by value growth and the kind of teams that you need to look at so many companies, 500 companies, 1500 companies, you need so many manpower. So what happens here is, when you look at a quantitative methodology, you have a way in which you can rank the stocks, and you ultimately, say for example, Deepak being a human being, how can he read 500 balance sheets in a day? It's humanly not possible. But the kind of data that he needs from the 500 balance sheets, if the quant can help him to get that 500 balance sheets, he will be much more quicker in making his decision where to invest. It will filter down a lot of work that a human would do researching on those companies, and he can put in more effort to then do much more deeper research into the final result that he's got from the quant side. So that is how we basically look at quant. And why do we look at fundamentals? The reason of looking at fundamental is, you have companies where there's some operator activity going on. You have some companies where the corporate governance issues are there. But then how do you check but you need to know that the management is good. There is no key product risk with that company. You need to know that there is no key person risk with the company. So once a data is been filtered by the quant, that is all what he reads into each and every company, and then we finally make the portfolio. So that's where the entire presentation was on quant plus fundamental, which is a new investment philosophy that we are coming out with and trying to do something different in the industry with the changing economic cycles and changing investment patterns in the country.
Yeah. My question was, whatever example you are showing or explaining, is it a kind of a quant fund you are referring to, or is it like you are coming out with a new NFO of quant fund kind of thing?
Sir, as
or
a-
it's a philosophy or a strategy which is applied all across your mutual funds,
So-
I mean schemes basically?
Got it. In our company, we are a quantamental fund house. Across all the schemes, we are following the similar strategy.
Okay, but then how you differentiate on the specific like flexi cap or I mean
got it.
how you differentiate and how you manage the percentage basically?
Got it. Now, flexi cap, the benchmark is NSE 500. So we start with NSE 500 as the universe. For balance advantage fund, it is a top 100. It's only the large caps. I only look at the top 100 stocks. We do the model only in the top 100. Multi-cap, it runs as, we don't have a multi-cap fund, but we run the flexi closer to the multi-cap, because what happens is the allocation is derived from the model itself. The model predicts what should be the allocation. Based on the volatility of the large caps or the mid caps and small caps, it will tell जिसमें आपको ज़्यादा वेटेज देना है. अगर हाल फिलहाल में अगर आप देखोगे यहाँ पे the large cap allocation is 70%. अभी 70% is coming to the large caps. Mid and small is 25 and 5. Last year, the large cap allocation was 48%. So it was completely mid and small. So eventually with the market volatility changing, the allocation will also automatically change. So we run a Python script there which does the optimization based on the volatility of the large cap, mid cap and small cap separates.
So one more, I mean to add to that, what kind of churning ratio is like, I mean because you talked about the cycle based, I mean specific sectors performing in a specific period. So what kind of churning ratio is expected across, on an average I am saying?
Yeah. Globally, if you look at all quant models have got very high churn rates.
Okay.
So we are operating at around 30 to 35% of churn rate every month.
Okay.
Almost 30% churn will happen on a monthly basis.
Okay.
So 1/3 of the portfolio gets changed every month.
Okay.
The reason is the markets goes through a mean reversion. Every time that goes through a mean reversion, some of the individual stock will have their own mean reversion cycles.
That's okay.
Some stock will be mean reverting, some stock will be in a bullish mode. जो mean revert हो रहा है उसको हटा देगा, दूसरा stock को लेके आएगा. So that's the way the model works.
So, I mean, again in that also there would be some stocks which are like passive stocks, like they are giving valuations and I am putting. So, do you follow a percentage based, I mean based on the weightage basically? You keep on churning though that stock is a good kind of thing?
The weightages or the stock selection comes from those three factors: momentum, volatility and valuation.
Agreed.
So we are not going to play around with it. If I change that, that will lead to much higher churn. So you should not play with the factors weightages. Whatever you decide to hold it for the longer term. So we did multiple iterations and afterwards we found that this was optimized weightages that we want to go. Because you have to look at the long-term returns, short-term returns through multiple cycles of the markets. So once we did that, that's when we kind of finalized these three weightages basically.
So typically all your funds are like in a very, very active kind of funds.
And if you look at in this kind of volatile markets, most quant strategies will underperform. Most quant strategies across the globe, they will be underperforming. So in a highly volatile phase, the markets, the quant models will underperform. It will works really good in a kind of trending markets, either in the positive trending or a negative trending market, it will generally tend to outperform. But in a highly volatile phase, it will underperform.
Okay.
Yes, last question.
Coming back to this question, does it matter to a mutual fund investor, right, not the individual, right, as a mutual fund investor, does it matter if there is a high churn?
Not really, because it's all part of the NAV itself.
Yeah, okay.
So it doesn't impact the mutual fund investor.
Thank you very much. That was very insightful and very informative. I will say this was the first of its kind, purely focused on quant, and so we are really thankful for that. Thank you so much.